No concealed weapons. Shit. I ain't about to let them get me. Shit.
To an arrest, but they are looking for the suspect you see in the picture. They say he shot a man, 2 women yesterday inside the mall.
One person shot in the chest was found outside of Belk. The second shot in the leg and the third grazed by a bullet were found hiding in a store closet. And tonight, our Brody Hart is getting answers about the investigation and what the mall is doing to keep customers safe.
The business that owns Northwoods Mall says there will be increased security and police going forward, but tonight it's businesses inside the mall who say even with that, they don't feel safe.
I think it was 4 loud, deep shots.
That's what Northwoods Mall vendor Jeff Richardson heard during Sunday's shooting. Now he's afraid not only for his safety, but for his business.
Malls are already having trouble, and it's not helping much, when you have incidents like that.
North Charleston police confirmed the shooter's intended target was not shot and that he was not targeting the victims. We also know now one of the 3 victims was a minor.
I feel a responsibility as a citizen.
State Rep J.A. Moore checked in with businesses inside the mall, which is in his district. He says Sunday's shooting is exactly why the open carry bill being considered in the State House should not pass.
We need to find ways to mitigate folks that have guns and unlawfully have guns and unlawfully fire their weapons.
A police report details the shooting scene, including officers deploying rifles and issuing a tourniquet to a bleeding victim. It's a scene Jeff Richardson hopes he and his customers never see again.
They need to feel like they won't get shot. It's going to just add one more reason not to go to the mall.
And tonight the company that owns Northwoods Mall says it is reviewing its curfew policy to see if any additional adjustments need to be made. Working for you in North Charleston, Brody Hart, ABC News 4.
M-A-T-T, last name is Hughes, H-U-G-H-E-S.
Are y'all ready? We need to get back in there. Go.
Good afternoon. Today, shortly after 1:30, the North Charleston Police responded to Northwoods Mall on Northwoods Boulevard for a shooting incident. Upon arrival, we quickly determined that it was not an active shooter situation. It's an isolated act of violence and an isolated shooting incident. Upon arrival, the officers quickly evacuated the mall, did a diligent search of the mall, determined that the shooter was not still actively shooting and not still inside the mall. Everyone was evacuated. The mall was locked down. After that, we were able to get surveillance video from inside the mall. We were able to find a person of interest on the video. That image has been released at this time. There were 3 shooting victims identified and transported to a local hospital, 2 with minor non-life-threatening injuries, and 1 is listed in serious condition at this time. At this time, that's all we have to release. Thank you guys for coming out and getting this information out.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
The lawsuits allege the mall was riddled with crime that the management was not addressing and that innocent people suffered as a result.
Melissa Rademacher breaks down the lawsuits and what one lawyer for one of the victims had to say.
2 people who went shopping on February 14th in 2021 ended up caught in crossfire. They are now suing the Northwoods Mall management and the security company for negligence. 3 people were injured in the shooting that day. The 2 suing say they had no relationship to the people whose fight escalated into gunshots, but they suffered life-threatening and life-altering injuries.
And she still retains the bullet inside of her body to this day. And I think it's caused her a lot of grief, and I think she's gone through some major, or had some major issues as a result of this, psychological and otherwise. It's not really something you bounce back, easily from.
Both suits say the shoppers were innocent bystanders, and the shooting could have been prevented if security had been surveying, patrolling, and removing risks. One lawsuit also provides a list of hundreds of crimes committed at the mall in the years before, arguing that the defendants should have known about certain issues and addressed them.
Based on the history of crimes that have been committed on this property, it's about as foreseeable as it could be. But to the general public, I don't think they would know this right off the bat, because I think Northwoods Mall looks like a very pleasant, normal mall. But the truth is that it's a hotbed and has been a hotbed of criminal activity for a long time.
The victims are demanding jury trials to determine damages ranging from medical bills and ongoing mental health treatment to money lost when they could not work and legal fees.